Hello humans, I'm Yo Schiller, and welcome back to some more Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. In the previous parts, I returned to the Trouble Center and took on all the troubles that are now accessible upon the completion of Chapter 2. And upon completing those troubles, I gained access to a new minigame over at the Pianta Parlor. Now that I've gotten a high score in that minigame, I feel as though I have now showcased everything that can be accomplished once Chapter 2 is completed. Which means it's now time to start making my way toward Chapter 3, and the only way I can do that is if I revisit the Thousand Year Door down in the Rogueport sewers. So let's take my magical treasure map and see where the location of the third crystal star is. Oh, and also over the past couple of parts, I have been making myself stronger. I've upgraded my partners and I've equipped more badges. Namely, I have equipped a badge that allows me to freely switch between my partners without using up a turn in a battle, and I've also equipped a Power Plus badge that'll make Mario's hammer and jump attacks more powerful in the midst of a battle. So I think I am more than well prepared to take on the next chapter. And also, Flurry, you've never seen the Thousand Year Door. You have randomly joined my party, and I get the feeling you don't really know what you got yourself into, because this goes well beyond just saving a bunch of small creatures within a tree. Now we're gonna go ahead and travel around the world and take on any challenges that dare come my way. Now, as I make my return toward the room with the Thousand Year Door in it, I want to once again sing my praises for the music in this game because it is awesome! The original soundtrack for this game was obviously awesome as well, and the remixes made for the remake are also incredible, but this specific song is interesting because it gains more instrumentation the deeper into the sewers that you go. So the version of the song that's playing right now is different than the version of the song that was playing just one floor up. And I think that that's really, really cool. I might have pointed this out when I was over in the Petal Meadows because I think that area did something similar. The further into the Petal Meadows you went, the more instrumentation appeared in the song. And I think that's really, really awesome. The sound design team for this game gets an A+, and I'll try to point it out as I explore this game some more. But for now, my little Mario, it's Crystal Star time! Oh, Flurry, you're gonna love this. Check this out. Why, Flurry, if I'm not mistaken, the next Crystal Star location is right above your house. How did you not see it? Well, it's not that big of a deal. We can go back to your house again, get the Crystal Star there, and make it easy peasy. What? Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it up in the sky? What does that mean? I mean, Flurry, it's near your house. Did you never see some sort of floating island outside your house, or did you just never leave your house? That means that beneath this town, the thousand-year-old ruins remain intact. Oh yeah, I guess you two haven't been properly introduced. Professor Frankie, Flurry, Professor Frankie. Yes, hello. And that door's been sealed shut for 1,000 years by the Crystal Stars. In order to open that seal, we have to muster the power of all the Crystal Stars. Perhaps I'm just daft, but why would they want to seal this treasure away at all? Do they fear thieves and brigands? Oh, that's not... That's not what? I don't know! Frankly, please. I'm sorry, so sorry. I know that the treasure was sealed away around the time the town was destroyed. But the problem is, no one's even sure what it was that caused the town's demise. All that's written is this: darkness stole the sky and the cataclysm rang down. I must research this more, assuming we'll just make an, well, you know the saying. Oh yes, how inappropriate. See, okay, I need to talk about that later. In any case, what about the location of this crystal star? Very interesting. Perhaps it's pointing to the floating town of Glitzville. There's a stunning arena there where great warriors engage in furious battles. Ostensibly, families go there on vacation to lounge and enjoy the fights, but behind the scenes, the richest people in the world wager on the bouts. A floating city, you say? Yeah, Flurry, couldn't you see it from behind your house? I don't know. So, are we just supposed to sprout wings and fly there, darling? Do tell. A special blimp flies there. It departs from Rogueport several times a day. The problem is getting a seat. The only way to get a ticket is through certain channels. Oh, that sounds exciting. A little on the seedy side. Show me the way. I don't know, but I guess we don't have much choice. Word on the street is all tickets go through Don Pianta on the west side. Head west from Rogueport's main square and you'll reach the side of town controlled by Don Pianta. He's the Pianta syndicate head, and I heard he makes pretty regular jaunts over to Glitzville. I like the sound of this Don Pianta fellow. I cannot wait to meet him. It may sound easy, but he's a syndicate boss, folks. The rumors about him are scary. And Don Pianta is a recluse. Just getting an audience with him will be difficult. Difficult, you say? Well, anyone that knows me knows that I love a good challenge. But before I get into that challenge, there are two things that I wish to quickly address. Number one, you might have noticed this piece of paper sticking out of Professor Frankie's trash can. This piece of paper is a catalog for an enemy that is no longer accessible. What that means is if you are playing this game and you are trying to complete the catalog, if there is an enemy that you missed that is no longer accessible within the game, their catalog will show up in this trash can. In this case, I missed the catalog for the Fuzzy Horde. These enemies were only accessible in the sewers to the east of Petalburg. I missed them. Going forward, I will ensure that I tattle all of the enemies coming forward, but if you miss anything, rest assured it is still possible to complete the catalog. Any missable tattles will show up in Professor Frankie's trash can. But as far as this walkthrough is concerned, that should ideally be the only time I visit Professor Frankie's trash can for a catalog. Now, the second thing that I wanted to address is the fact that you get different dialogue bits based on which character appears in a cutscene. In that recent Professor Frankly exchange, I had Flurry out as my character. But if you have Goombella or Koops out, you will get different dialogue exchanges. Now, I won't be showcasing every single instance in which this can occur, as there are a lot of different moments where different characters will say different things, and I feel like that's part of the fun of playing this game on your own, is deciding which character gets to react to different things. But I thought it would be fun to at least showcase what happens if you bring Goombella to this recent Professor Frankly exchange. And that door's been sealed shut for 1,000 years by the crystal stars. In order to open that seal, we have to muster the power of all the crystal stars. But the question is, why did they seal the legendary treasure away to begin with? I mean, were they just trying to keep it from being stolen or what? No, that's not. What? That's not what? I don't know! Sheesh, Professor! I'm sorry, so sorry! I know that the treasure was sealed away around the time the town was destroyed. But the problem is, no one's even sure what it was that caused the town's demise. All that's written is this: darkness stole the sky and the cataclysm rained down. I must research this more, assuming we'll just make well, you know the saying. So I remember this exact, no I don't, but whatever. I remember this exact line from the original Paper Mario the 1,000-Year Door, and I am still so surprised that this line is in the game. It's just, it's such a stupid joke, but I love that it's in this game. Anyway, Flurry reacted to the line earlier, and Flurry was like, oh, I do know what you mean. But it's amusing to me that Goombella does not know what that means. So I guess it really does show the difference between book smarts and street smarts, I guess? Does Flurry have street smarts? I don't know. I also realized at this exact point in the walkthrough that maybe giving Goombella a voice like this is not the most fitting type of voice, because she's kind of like tomboyish. So like she should be talking more like this or something like, right? I don't know, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not, I don't know, but I guess we don't have much of a choice. Word on the street is all tickets go through Don Pianta on the west side. I only do so many voices, let alone feminine sounding voices, if you want to call them that. So Goombella will continue to sound like this. He's the Pianta syndicate head, and I heard that he makes pretty regular jaunts over to Glitzville. So no problem, we'll just go meet this Don Pianta guy and we'll be on our way. It may sound easy, but he's a syndicate boss, folks. The rumors about him are scary. And Don Pianta is a recluse. Just getting an audience with him will be difficult. So yeah, that's just a fun little detail. The fact that the results of a cutscene may vary based on which character you have out at the time really adds to the overall enjoyment and replayability of the game. I won't showcase every single humorous moment, but I might showcase one or two more in the future. We'll see. For now, let's go ahead and read some emails. Mario, Koops, how are you boys doing? I'm just amazed. I had no idea a machine like this could be used to send messages. Technology. Wow, I'm doing great. Drinking fresh water, picking wildflowers, polishing my shell. This town seemed so boring 10 years ago, but I see the world differently now. I bet you'll like Petalburg more than you used to once you get back from your adventure, Koops. So, where are you headed next? I want you to see the wide world, son. It'll be good for you. You'll grow, but don't grow too much or else you might be too tall to fit through the door. And there you go, that's Kooply, Koops' father, in case you doubted it was actually Kooply sending it. That way Koops can remember what his father looks like, I guess. I don't know. All right, here we go. Hello, Mario. Still working hard? Professor Frankie here, in E-form, again! There's something I forgot to tell you. I highly recommend that you look into obtaining a certain badge. It's called First Attack. If you have that badge equipped, you can take care of weak foes with a first strike instead of fully battling it out. The badge shop in Rogueport has it available for purchase. You can get there by exiting the second floor of the inn, so stop reading this and go get yourself a First Attack badge. So that's kind of the benefits of reading these emails. You can get some insight on some useful information for upcoming parts of the game. But I'll tell you, this badge that Professor Frankie recommends, it can be a useful badge. It's especially useful in backtracking. That way you don't have to fight every single enemy every single time you're trying to go back and revisit a location. But it's really not useful for this upcoming part of the game. In fact, this upcoming part of the game is debatably where it is the least useful. But I'll go ahead and buy it now while it's on Professor Frankie's mind. The idea is that if you have this equipped, you will actually skip battles if you get a first strike. So if an enemy swarms at you on the field and they hit you, that's a first strike for the enemy. But if you jump on an enemy like a Goomba or something and get a first strike, instead of doing the battle, you'll skip it outright. However, because you are now skipping a battle, you do not get experience points and you don't get any coins or item drops that the enemy might have dropped had you gone through with the battle. So I don't know why Professor Frankie is recommending this badge now, and frankly, he's recommending it for what is the most useless point of the game for that badge. But I bought it while it was relevant to us and I do not intend to use it. For now, let's talk to this guy. That's Rocco of the Piantas. He's the muscle that keeps the parlor moving smoothly. He's new to the Pianta Syndicate and still a long way from the top, far as I can tell. All right, well, do you know anything about Don Pianta? Sure you do. This is the Pianta Parlor. We're on the west side of Rogueport. The boss told me to look after this place. You do anything funny? I'll toss you like that. Like that. All right, duly noted. But all right, maybe I'll gain some more insight about this Don Pianta guy if I actually go inside his base of operations. You run this place, right? You think you can tell me a thing or two about Don Pianta? I gotta get myself a ticket to the sky. Oh my, customers aren't allowed back here. What? You want to learn a little more about me? Well, I'm in charge of the parlor center, silly. I know all there is to know about this place, so if you have a question, just ask. Huh? You want to know about me outside my job? Well, okay. I'm 18, my favorite food is honey mushrooms, the rest is a secret. If you get a high score in one of the minigames, maybe I'll tell you more. I've already done that. I did the troubles in the Trouble Center and I have access to these minigames and I already got high scores in the paper game and the playing game. What? You got a high score in one of the minigames? Okay, more about me. My sister Pika works in the shop next door and we get along really well. We'll go shopping together on our days off. Malls, markets, estate sales, we'll pursue wares anywheres. Pika likes jewelry and bags and things, but those don't interest me at all. I guess maybe I could use a little more flair in my outfits, though. Okay, that's enough. Maybe I'll tell you more if you get another high score. Well, I got 2 high scores for you, boo, so I'm ready for it. Oh my, customers aren't allowed back here. What? You got another high score? Okay, more about me. I really love sweets, so I ask ST to bake stuff for me all the time. Oh, and I love nothing better than a nice sweet cake. Sometimes when business is slow, I make it look like we're closed and sneak in a little cake break. But hey, that closed thing is a secret. Seriously, don't tell Pika. Okay, that's all for now. Maybe I'll tell you more about me if you get another high score, all right? I would if I could, but I have access to no further minigames at the moment. I just need Goombella to tell me stuff about you. That's Lola, a boo! She works at the desk at the Pianta Parlor. Her sister's Pika, the boo who works in the shop. I hear they both used to be models. Well, thank you, Goombella. They both used to be models, huh? And you're working for Don Pianta? Must be getting good money.
This is Rogueport's west side. This is totally the friendlier face of Rogueport. Not that it's, a great place to raise a family, but it's good for Rogueport. The corner with the fountain is definitely the most restful spot in Rogueport. This area is controlled by the Pianta Syndicate. Yeah, the parlor here is totally a front for the boss's business.
Understood. Well, this is definitely Western Rogueport, and Don Pianta definitely operates that building, but I couldn't get any insight on how to actually access him. You don't suppose if I talk to the other boo that runs the shop that maybe I could gain some insight, would ya? Might be worth a shot. Those boos said that they were sisters and that they both used to be models or something. Let's see. Goombella, what can you tell me about this other sister?
That's Pika, a boo that works at Westside Goods. She's so pretty and unsurprisingly unshy. I think her sister's Lala, the boo who works the Pianta parlor.
That's all you got.
Hi there, cutie. Welcome to Westside Goods. What can I do for you?
Well, I probably could have a 30-minute conversation about points if you wanted me to select the Let's Chat About Points option, but I just want to check this door. The door. I wish to check it. Golly. Okay, fine. I will not check this door. I will not be shopping here right now. Maybe I'll be back here later. But otherwise, Goombella, it appears as though we've reached a dead end. We know that Don Pianta runs this side of Rogueport, but I have no idea how to access this man. Maybe Professor Frankly was right. Maybe this is too difficult for me. Maybe I should just go home and hope for the best for Princess Peach and hope that someone else rescues her or hope that they have no use for her. Or maybe when in doubt, if I don't know what to do, maybe I should start with an opposite, indirect approach. If I can't figure out what to do on the western side of Rogueport, maybe then I should head to the eastern side of Rogueport and see if I can pick up any context clues here. So, what do you think?
This is Rogueport's east side. It's considered dangerous here, even for Rogueport. This is Ishnael's turf. He's the leader of a band of thieves called the Robos. Then again, you can also find Merlin here. He can help your partners level up. Still, it's definitely too rough a place for a non-ruffian like me to walk alone.
Hey, I mean, that's valid. I got mugged the first time I went to Rogueport. It was nuts. That guy took my money and ran off with it, so I don't blame you for not wanting to walk alone. Frankly, you shouldn't be walking alone in dark places anyway. Who, me? My name's Pierre. I'm what's technically called a completely awesome thief. I used to work as a geologist researching the rocks under town, but it paid nothing! That's when Ishnael, the boss of the Robos, picked me up. I've since washed my hands of geology and am now an amazing thief. Ha 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 ha! Got it. So this is Ishnael's turf. So I guess Don Pianta owns the western side while Ishnael owns the eastern side. You think you can tell me anything more about that?
That's Ishnael, leader of the thief band called the Robos. He really hates Don Pianta. I guess that's to be expected since they're bitter rivals and everything.
Why didn't you bring that up earlier, Goombella? So this is the exact guy we know, or need to know anyway. All right, let's get it. You want something, chump? This is the fortress of the Robo Thieves. You lost? What business brings a chump like you to a place like this? Say it ain't vacation. What's that? You want to meet that lying, cheating, stealing, no-good jerky for brains, Don Pianta? Real thieves like us end up as poor as dirt, never catching a break because of that guy. Did you come here knowing all that? I mean, to a lesser extent, yeah. And you know that scumbag demands protection money from us too, yeah? You know all that, and you still want us to tell you how you can meet that crumb? Fine, Mr. Insensitive Jerk, but it'll cost you 64 coins, and no budging on the price. Not a single coin. Inside info is pricey. Them's the breaks. Well, fortunately, I have enough money after doing all of those troubles and after fighting enough enemies, so I'm ready for it. You'll pay? Really? Yes! I mean, good call. You're a shrewd businessman, 64 coins, on the nose. Okay, then clean those ears out and listen here. At the store next to the Pianta parlor in the west part of town, buy a dried mushroom, then a dizzy dial. Dried mushroom, dizzy dial. Make sure you buy them in that order. Dried mushroom, dizzy dial. Do that and the shopkeeper will ask you what your favorite color is. You answer yellow. See, yellow is the password for getting into that Don scumbag's oh-so-comfy office. You got all that? I got it. Thank you very much. Dried mushroom, dizzy dial, yellow. I can remember that. I also want to take this time to point out that I do apologize for having a gap between the previous part 16 of this walkthrough, and now, part 17. I feel bad because this is definitely a part of the game where people might not know what to do and would then proceed to look up a guide, especially a video walkthrough like the one you're watching right now. So I'm sorry I was absent. I was busy being in Japan, and then as soon as I got home from Japan, I wanted to put together my vlog of Japan, and then there were also these other in-game events for games like Tetris 99 and all that. And anyway, excuses aside, I apologize for leaving some viewers hanging on where to go next. Because I remember when I played this game when I was younger, I had to talk with my friends about what to do next in this game. This is absolutely a part that might not be as transparent as other moments in the game, but hey, I am now here to demonstrate what happens if you go to the shop on the western side of Rogueport and you buy a dried mushroom and a dizzy dial in that exact order, okay? Don't feel bad if you didn't know that you were supposed to talk to Ishmael and you didn't know the exact item combination for this part. A lot of people didn't, and that's why I'm here with a walkthrough to showcase what happens when you ask what color your mustache is. This is a trick question. Well, my mustache is blackish, brownish, blackish.
Oops, what's wrong with me? That wasn't the right question at all.
Yeah, I'll say. Was that a trick question? See if I was paying attention?
Let's try that again. Okay, mister, what's your favorite color?
All right, well, yellow is the answer to this question, although I'm most commonly associated with green, so that might be my favorite color, but I'll go with yellow. Although if I'm talking from Mario's perspective, his favorite color might actually be red, but okay. The password is yellow.
So, you must be an acquaintance of Don Pianta. Good for you.
All right, the shop is open.
You can go through the door. Go on with your bad self.
Now, actually, I do have a purpose for using that dried mushroom right now, because I am not at full health. So I can go ahead and consume that, get exactly 1 HP, and then can therefore be at full health. And then on that note, since I'm inside of a shop right now, I can actually store some of my items, so it seems like it's in my best interest to actually store some of those items. Namely, I don't need 2 dizzy dials. I don't even really need 1, but I'll go ahead and store one of them right now, and I'll hang on to the other anyway. So boom, here's your dizzy dial, and you know what? I really don't need the in coupon for the next chapter of this game, and I'm starting to wonder if there could be some sort of novelty to just hanging on to that by the end of the game, because in coupons are a finite item. There is no repeatable method to get more, so maybe it'll be fun to see if I can hang on to all of the in coupons by the end of the game. But for now, let's go to this door here. It's not exactly pleasant on the outside. Ooh, but the inside is much, much nicer. Oh, I'm not gonna get patted down or have to walk through a metal detector, am I? Well, just in case, let me get some muscle out. Goombella, I'm swapping you out for Koops. All right, Koops, you got my back here, buddy? All right, you must be Don Pianta. What's with you, wise guy? I ain't too jolly today. If you got the beef, spit it out quick or this is gonna hurt. Excuse me? You want me to give you a ticket for the blimp? See, now, to me, that's funny. You a stand-up comedian? No, you ought to be. You got some nerve asking for that. I'm Don Pianta. I make crying babies weep. You want I should run this bum out on a rail, boss? Look at him. What a rube. You must like pain, funny guy. You just looking for trouble or what? Not so fast, boys. I like this kid's gumption. He just came to talk, no? That ain't a crime. So we talk. You boys can wait till we're done before you rough him up. You got it? So, I gotta assume you got a reason for wanting a ticket for the blimp. Out with it. What's that? You wanna help some broad what got herself kidnapped? And to rescue this dame, you're out collecting the crystal stars? Crystal stars? Hey boss, ain't those things in that legend about the ancient treasure? Vinny, you're such a dope. Hey boss, this knucklehead believes in fairy tales. Excuse me, but that's not true. The treasure is real, honest. Everybody just shut it. I don't care if the treasure is real or not. Get me? I just want to take this time to point out that I love the writing in this game. But I tell you, I can't help it like a guy who wants to rescue some girl he's gone gaga for. I made my decision. You do me a little favor and you get your blimp ticket. Sounds fair, right? Sure, we can do anything. What is it? It's easy. Nothing. It's less than nothing. See, the thing is, my own daughter eloped with one of my young associates. They vanished, but it wasn't too long ago that they did. They ought to still be in town somewheres. You gotta find my daughter, Francessca, and this Frankie, and bring them both here. If you're unable to bring them here, then all you gotta do is tell me where they are. Then I shall settle this matter quickly, and with what is known as an extreme prejudice. Boss! We don't know nothing about this guy. You can't rely on some goofball for this job. Yeah, boss, Vinny's right. Leave it to us to find Francessca. Quiet, you! It's cause you lugs can't find her that I gotta swallow my pride and ask this guy. I hope you dopes ain't making complaints about my decision. You're making complaints! No, boss. Whatever you say goes, boss. I don't know what I was thinking, boss. It won't happen again, boss. You're the boss. Love the writing in this game. I love the writing in this game. Good. I'm glad we're all full of understanding for one another. So it's settled, yeah? Find my daughter and her friend, then come see me. Francessca and Frankie look like this. Got it. Yellow and blue. And just so we're clear here, if you don't find my daughter, your luck may turn terrible. Well, I don't know about that. Can't I just go back to the Rogueport sewers and buy another one of those good luck charm things from one of those wizards? In any case, I'll go find your daughter and this Frankie guy, and I'll have Goombella out with me to help memorize where things are. And Goombella, what do you got to say about him?
That's the boss, Don Pianta. It's true what they say about power. This guy's got poise. But he's got a mean streak a mile wide. They call him the Dawn of Untimely Death. Still, he's got a really soft spot for his daughter, Francessca.
Well, I can respect a powerful man with a soft spot. If the guy loves his daughter, I respect that, and I'll do my best to bring her to you. In any case, I wanted to once again point out how much I love the writing in this game. Those are some colorful characters, huh? Between them and the mayor of Petalburg, this game just really makes you appreciate characters that you only speak to for about 30 seconds at a time. But it's those little quirks that are just oh so memorable, and I love it. Oh, I love this game and its music and its world and its writing. It's always oh so good. And it makes me real happy that this game was remade onto the Nintendo Switch and it still has all of those glorious bits intact so a new generation of people can experience them. And I want to once again apologize for taking so long to get this part out after the upload of the previous part, because it's real easy to not know what to do or where to go at this point of the game. So I'll just tell you, you want to go to the docks here. You will see these two characters right here.
That's Francessca the Pianta. She's well connected. Get me? Her dad's a big boss. She doesn't crave money or power or anything like that, though. She lives for love. Doesn't that, totally melt your heart? People can learn from this girl.
Yeah? Well, hello. I'm here to, bring you home, I guess. Hey, back off, you creep. You want something or are you just siding up to people? What? Daddy asked you to find us and take us to him? Frankie, what should we do if Daddy finds us now? Also, the music is a lot more dramatic and I really appreciate it. Oh, I don't know, and the boat's coming any minute! Dollface, maybe we ought to head back and try to talk to the boss one more time. No, Frankie, don't say that! Don't you know what he'll do to you if we do that? Francessca, baby doll, if we can just talk calm like with the boss, he'll understand. Oh, Frankie, my Frankie! Don't you love me? Of course I love you, sugar cookie, more than anybody in the whole world. Now let's go, Frankie! Let's run! To the end of the earth if we have to! But, Butterbiscuit, they already found us out. We can't keep running forever. We can, Frankie! The more you try to put out the flames of love, the hotter they burn! Until I marry you, no one will extinguish these flames of passion, no one! Oh, don't you see, mister? I beg you, please pretend you never saw us. Can you do that? Of course I can. That's so beautiful, true love. Oh, thank you, you're swell, mister. You're such a real stand-up guy. So, now would be a good time for, Don Pianta to send one of his men after me and coincidentally see you along the way, so he thinks I'm doing the work, but I can't break up true love. I just can't do it. It's such a rarity.
What should we do, Mario? We have to tell Don Pianta something.
Yeah, I know.
But that stuff about our luck turning terrible didn't sound all that appetizing.
Alright, here's what I'm thinking. Running is only going to make things worse. So we can at least go back to Don Pianta's office, talk to him, and, worst case scenario, we go out on our terms, whatever. Let's go confront him. But the way I see it, there's two possibilities. Possibility number one, we discuss this over dinner or coffee or whatever like adults. Or two, we trade him Madame Flurry. And I know that seems rude, but Madame Flurry, you're like a celebrity, and you said you wanted to meet Don Pianta yourself, so why don't you two get hookups, and then Coops, Goombella, and I will just go to Glitzville ourselves, and we can take care of it. I think we're gonna be fine, right? Or, you know, if he's not into you, you're not his type, maybe you can blow him away with some of your other abilities. You know what I mean? Really just blow his socks off, you know? You know what I'm saying, Flurry? Because you're a wind goddess. Alright. Hi, Don Pianta. I might not have found your child, but I found this other beautiful woman, right? Oh, look who's come back. The proverbial mustache. You gonna brighten my mood? So give, what you got? You know the whereabouts of these two runaways? Well, I can't tell you that because if they got on a boat, I wouldn't necessarily know where the boat's going. What? I must be going deaf. Did you just tell me? Did you just say to me that you couldn't tell me? You come waltzing in here and say that to me? To me? Do I look like a sucker to you? I warned you, wise guy. Fine, we're gonna need a mop to pick up what's left of you. Daddy, wait! Francessca! Boss, forgive me, boss. I'm sorry, I truly am. Whoa, unique camera angle. Frankie, so, back you come, head hung low and with your tail between your legs. No, Daddy, don't hurt him. I'm the one who said we should elope. It was me. But Frankie said no. He said we should come back and talk to you, Daddy. Boss, listen, I don't care what you do to me. I deserve it all for being disloyal. But you gotta forgive her. Forgive your daughter, boss. That's all I ask. No, Daddy, no, I'm the bad one. It's my fault. If you're going to punish anyone, punish me. No, boss, it's all on me. It's my responsibility, all to blame. Right here. Daddy! Boss! Ah! Enough! Quiet, both of you! Francessca, my headstrong daughter, you used up your last favor long ago. And you, Frankie. You were like a son to me. This is how you would pay your debt to Don Pianta? I feel such disappointment in you two. It's like a poison mushroom in my gut. And once again, listen to how dramatic the music is right now. I don't think this song was in the original Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. I'm not sure. Anyway, Daddy! Boss! I don't ever want to see you mugs again, you hear me? Get out of my sight, both of you! I don't care where, just go! That's what you expected me to say, huh? Well, that's what I'm saying. Go, do what you want, even if it means getting married. Oh, Daddy! Dad, no, wait, I mean, boss! Thank you so much, Daddy! Thanks for your blessing! Boss, I'll make your daughter a happy woman, I promise you, she'll want for nothing. Enough already, just go! Go! Get out of here! Francessca, seeing you just happy makes me happy too! Congrats, both of yous! Frankie, this is great! I mean, the way this all turned out is a bit sappy, but hey, things turned out okay, am I right? Goodbye, Daddy. Farewell, and thank you. So that's a no on Flurry, huh? You still here? Well, you found my daughter and got her to come back here. And just look at how things turned out. What a complete and utter soap opera. But hey, a deal's a deal. You can have your blimp ticket, like I said. You got a blimp ticket. Alright, so this is just a ticket, right? This is one way, or is it round trip? But it's not a pass, right? Who knew? That guy's got her smiling ear to ear. She's happy. That's good. Hey, I knew you were the right man for the job. Thanks a bunch, Pally. Now go on, get your ugly mug out of my office. I got some intense emotions to compartmentalize. Yes, sir. Also, you might have noticed, but the music is different inside of this building, too. Just a nice little touch that I really, really like. My, we've done it, Mario. Next up, Glitzville. Yeah, we're on our way. We got a ticket. We're good to go. Hopefully I can get back home. If I have to go through a whole ordeal like that just to take a ticket back home, you know what? I'd sooner just I'd sooner just jump off of Glitzville. But all right, that should do it. So all I gotta do is take this blimp ticket over here. Yes, I've not quite shown this part of Rogueport yet, have I? Welcome to the transportation destination. There's a train to the left and a blimp to the back. We'll take the train at a much later date. For now, it's blimpin' time. At least it would be blimpin' time if it wasn't the end of the video. I'll have to take the blimp in the next part because for now, that wraps up this part of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, and I'd like to thank you all for watching. I hope to see you all in future videos, and I hope to see you all next time as we start Chapter 3, my favorite chapter. Bye-bye, humans. Whoosh! Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed what you saw, the best ways to support me are to click on the like button down below, and if you have any questions or feedback, please leave a comment. Viewer engagement helps my videos perform better, so anything helps. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more fun gameplay videos. I hope to see you all in the future. Bye-bye, humans! Whoosh!